What is happening, Budget Builders, and welcome back to the channel. This one's a little bit different for us. It's quite a bit newer than what you normally see on this channel. This is a 1994 Trans Am GT, and as you can see, it is absolutely disgusting. This thing has been in a barn since 2005 when it had some running issues and was parked. But to begin with, in today's video, we're going to do a full detail on this car. So the reason we are starting out here at the shop instead of at the location the car came from, it was a fella that my dad works with, stepdad's car, and we were asked not to film at the location. So his stepdad recently passed away and they had to get the car out of there, and thankfully they reached out to us to be able to actually rescue this car. So I do have a few pictures I'll put up from the location. We were allowed to snap a few pictures. You see it there in front of the barn. Just super cool car. But his stepdad actually bought this car in 2003. It had 77,000 miles. So he daily drove this car for about 2 years until 2005. It's got 114,000 miles on it now, and it had some kind of running issue. The fellow that my dad works with was quite young at the time. I think he was, what, 7 years old, and he does not remember exactly what was going on with the car. But either way, it ended up getting parked in 2005 there. And so first, we're gonna go ahead and get it detailed, top to bottom, inside and out, and then in our next video, you'll get to see us attempt to get this car running and try to figure out what was kind of going on there. Thank you. Wow, it is mind-blowing the difference of just blasting this car off. I'm not gonna lie, that barn dust fought a little bit more than I expected it to. You see something like this, like, oh, you just blow that off with an air hose. No, it's on there really good. And you can actually see the paint is still really, really nasty. And so we are gonna let's go ahead, let's soap it back down again. Let's get some rags on it. And we're gonna have to work to get the rest of this trash off of here. And then once we get the interior and a few other bits done at the end of this, we will buff, wax, and really get this car looking sharp. But let's go ahead, suds it back down, and keep on washing. Now we've gotten this far and there's just no way we can leave this pretty little car with those hideous wheels. I'm sorry, but those are probably the least attractive wheels these cars ever came with. Not only that, but those tires we know are dry rotted and incredibly unsafe, and we need to get rid of those. So we got something for it. Oh yeah, that is the next generation. Actually, I guess it's still the same generation, but next generation of wheels that these cars came with. That 5-spoke. Now these are not the WS6 wheels. They look like them. These are just the base model 16, same as this, the same tire size and everything. And they have a brand new set of Falcon tires. And we paid $300 for these things with brand new tires. Just going to look really nice on this car. It's very nice and incredibly inexpensive, and is going to really upgrade this car nicely.
Well, I don't think they're made to come out. Wait.
With the outside of this car washed down and looking pretty good, it needs a ton of work still, but I know we're gonna make a mess cleaning this engine bay. Let's go ahead and get all of that mouse nest vacuumed off of there. That thing is gross. And there you can see all that corrosion and everything from those mice peeing on there. The biggest thing is a little bit of chewed wiring there, but it's just the sheathing. I'm not seeing any wiring chewed. Let's go ahead and get our degreaser out. Let's start blasting this thing off. There is a bunch of mouse nests down here in between the manifolds, so I'll get our air hose and try to blow all that out, because we definitely don't want an engine fire in our next episode. Before we even start in this interior, we're going to attempt something that a few subscribers have mentioned in the past with moldy car interiors, and this is probably one of the moldiest ones we've ever messed with. Just the fumes I am getting off this thing right now are horrendous. I don't know what it is, the materials or what. It was garaged. It was in a garage, but my goodness, it's awful. So we're going to try a dehumidifier. Thanks for some of y'all mentioning that to us, and I'm gonna stick it in here for a bit and see if it fills this thing up, and hopefully it helps with some of the mold in here, and we can start cleaning. Now we've let that little dehumidifier sit in there for overnight, and what's kind of cool is you can actually notice the windows were all misty, had a bunch of water evaporation on there, and they're nice and clear now. The whole time we've had it outside pulled out here, it has been just like that, and that actually pulled that out of there, so I think it's helped a little bit. There's some water in there. So it definitely pulled some moisture out of there, which is what we wanted it to do. Got some newspapers. January 20th, 2005. Uh-oh, is this Iwana? There you go. 73 Dodge truck, 93,000 actual miles. Look at that, 4 grand. 2850 cash. You couldn't buy anything like that anymore. Rod Stewart, the Bee Gees, Rod, Boy George, and Culture Club. Ooh, Celtic Woman. Seatbelt holster thingy. Out we go. Ah, check it out. That's easy. I don't think so. Now I've got to give it to it, it's surprisingly pretty clean carpet other than what those mice have dragged all around. And I've got a machine that I want to try that I've been seeing a lot for this moldy stuff, all of this garbage, and to try to really clean this thing up and make it healthy. And that's this here Harbor Freight Special steam cleaner. First thing we'll try here is the door. I don't know about this, we'll see. Oh yeah, look at that.
get in that crack. That's really yucky.
The steam cleaner's cleaning up all the surfaces really good other than these vinyl leather bits. Well, I guess they're vinyl bits. And so I'm actually going to try some Jawbo Extreme Orange from Crest. This stuff actually works really good in itself, but I'm going to soak it down first. Not only is it going to smell good, but I think it's going to help us with getting this pretty clean. We just, again, want to be careful around these switches here.
Daddy, what is that on it?
It is Jawbo Orange stuff.
Jawbo Orange
Yeah, it
stuff?
smells like the smelly good stuff you like putting on your...
Can I smell it?
Yeah. Smell. Oh, that combination works really good.
Hi, Papa. Papa.
You can see Dad's been going through, getting all the plastics wiped down in here. Got them all looking pretty good.
It looks already all done. It's already all done.
First, we're gonna wash it down with this VLR from Mother's, and then to finish it off, we'll put some of this Detail Firm leather cream to really finish it off and get it looking pretty slick and treated. Yeah, that thing actually froze sitting out here. Good grief, it's cold. Now to finish this detail off, or this cleanup off, we need to try to bring some of this paint back to life a little bit. It is surprisingly pretty nice, but it's fairly dry. We've got a lot of swirls and some of the plastic on this car. Well, I don't know, some of this is plastic, some of it. Some of the upper body panels have some eggshell etching almost in it that isn't going to come out. It's just that older paint. But overall, it's a really nice car. We just need to really dial it in to really have the entire car dialed in nicely. Now, looking this car over, it was well taken care of. If you look in all the cracks and crevices, there's a bunch of compounded wax left over, where this thing was really just taken care of and dolled up over its life. Now, with that being said, the paint is really thin in a lot of spots, so I'm not going to try to compound this car because I'm afraid we're just going to burn through a lot of the edges and stuff if we're not extremely careful, which we're going to have to be anyways. But this is really, what I'm going to be using is a finish pad, polish pad with this scratch and swirl remover, just to really give us a nice clean finish, get the trash out of the top end of this paint, wipe it down and get it waxed up. And I think it'll be really sharp. I just don't want to go crazy with this car because it is already pretty thin paint. Yeah, it almost burnt through right there.
Oh yeah?
Ooh, it's done. Yeah. With the car waxed up and shining, I've got some things back here that I think are going to really set the back end of this car off. These decals here that are worn away.
Still have the old one to go by somewhere. Once it's on there, it's on the throttle. Kind of is.
We ended up just going with the original. They have some different designs. I found these on eBay, and we ended up just going with the factory original one here. So it actually looks like it laid right in place, didn't it? Go in place, it look like. Why do you keep laughing?
Because I can't see it after it's on there. You don't know when you take the plastic off.
I like how it just sits right in there. That's nice. Really do like it. The black there, and then the red Trans Am, and the Firebird. I do feel like this piece right here, that inner piece, should be painted black. Not sure if we're going to tackle that this time, but let us know. I do think that would look really slick, trimmed out in black. Just the whole piece right here, because I feel like it's kind of just a bland back bumper here, but it's an attractive bumper. Just all one color makes it kind of bland. And those exhaust tips being in there, I feel like they should be more out here, a little bit larger exhaust tips. But just that really does set off the back end of this car a lot. Well, that is going to wrap it up. I am really excited and pleased with the outcome of this car. I've got to say, with the barn dust gunk on it, the nasty interior, mold, rat's nest pee, it kind of surprised me. I was a little worried as far as how this car would come out. But I'm really excited and pleased with the way it came out. I hope you all are too. I'm really excited for our next episode where we're going to get this car running, and I'm hoping to be able to take it and let the gentleman that we bought it, the gentleman that we purchased it from, be able to drive the car again. I know he had said he was 7 years old, I think it was, when this car actually tore up, whatever happened, and it got parked. And I think his stepdad had told him anyways he'd never get to drive this car because it was a little too hot, a little too much of a hot rod for him. So I know one thing he said is, when y'all get it going, I'd love to be able to drive that car at least one time. And so we're excited to be able to get it. I think he's going to be surprised himself at how well it cleaned up, and then also to be able to drive the car. And we're excited to be able to do that and see the look on his face when he gets to drive it again. And I hope you all are excited for the car and excited to see what's coming up. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and if it's cold, I can't even talk. That subscribe button and notification bell to keep up with some of the fun projects and rescues that we have going on. We really do appreciate all the love and support. We can't thank you all enough, but that'll wrap it up. Peace out. Catch you all on the flip side.